All right, hello, wine-drinking people. Today is the 17th of April, and we've got a lot of great drinking going on here. The month of April, one of my favorite wineries tomorrow night here at the store, Valentini. We still got a few seats left for this, but that's because it is the most famous wine in Italy that nobody knows about. But anyways, I digress. We've got one of my favorite wines here on the table today, Amarone della Valpolicella, and it is one of the most unique styles of wines produced anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, they have found evidence of winemaking here as early as the 5th century BC at Fumane, and this is one of the most famous areas in Italy for wine, and one of the most unique styles of wine. If you look at wines, there's not many wines that are made where they dry the grapes before they actually ferment the juice. There are a couple people that dry the grapes. Usually it's dessert wine, but you don't make a drier style wine from dry grapes except in the Valpolicella region of Verona. And this is a very special wine. Like I said, one of my favorite styles of wine. And one of the things I think that happens when they dry the grapes is it does something to the tannins where, you know, you can still keep the wine. Tannins are one of the things that are necessary for aging wine long-term. Tannins, acidity, fruit. Everything has got to be in balance for wine to be able to stay together. But a lot of times when wines that are age-worthy are young, these tannins are very aggressive. For some reason with Amarone, even young Amarones, the tannins are fairly soft in these wines. Even though they're present, they're very approachable when young. Amarone is a wine you can drink on release, or you can keep for 10, 15, or 20 years. If you don't believe me, check out our tasting on May 30th. We're going to be showing the godfather of Verona's wines, Giuseppe Quintarelli, 20, 30 years worth of his wines on the table. Considered the godfather of Verona because he's been shipping to the United States for over 100 years. Well, he's passed away now, but 50 years in cask and the last 50 years in bottle. But this is a newer producer here, Azienda Agricola Fornacier, which is the name of the producer, a smaller producer, and the name of the hamlet where the winery is situated, or the vineyards, the farm, is called Monte Faustino. So they've named their top wine after the area, Monte Faustino, and this wine, 2008, is just gorgeous. Let me tell you, a lovely perfume bouquet here with dark spices, licorice, cocoa, good amount of that dried cherry, dates, and some of that clay-like minerality. To me, the earthiness you get in Amarone or Valpolicella is very distinct. It almost reminds me of Play-Doh when you were a kid, like clay. Anyways, very silky and layered on the tongue. As I mentioned, the tannins in this wine, just really round and voluptuous. Wonderful balance for such a high-octane wine. It's 16.5% alcohol, but you wouldn't even notice that because the wine has still got wonderful freshness on the finish. An array of that spice and floral notes coming through, as well as that distinct minerality to me that defines Valpolicella. Check it out. A killer value at $55. One of the best wines we have from Verona in the store. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.